People looking to understand the return of Christ often start by tracking political shifts or charting blood moons. But when Jesus spoke to his disciples about being ready, he didn't point to the horizon. He placed them in a pitch-black, suffocating night. The parable of the 10 virgins in Matthew 25 describes a world where an extinguished flame is the difference between a celebration and total abandonment. In the first century, this was a high-stakes survival scenario. In a village with no streetlights and no electricity, the fire you held was your only credential. Carrying a light allowed you to step into the procession. Without it, you were indistinguishable from a stranger. In these conditions, the flame is more than a tool. It is the visible evidence of everything you did, or neglected to do, while it was still light outside. Jesus describes 10 attendants waiting for a groom, and during the easy hours of daylight, they look identical. They are all holding what the Greek calls lampades, heavy, blazing torches, rather than small clay lamps. 5 of these attendants are described as phronimos, or wise. They possess a practical discernment that leads them to adjust their lives for the conditions they know are coming. The other 5 are moros. They have all the same information as the wise group, but they simply choose not to act on it. Both groups wait. And as the night drags on, both groups fall asleep. For hours, their outward behaviors remain exactly the same. Arrival. During that 1-year gap, the groom built an addition to his father's house. Only when the father decided the work was done would the groom go to collect his bride. The bride knew the season, but because the father made the final call, the exact night of the groom's arrival was always a total surprise. The ancient marriage blueprint required constant daily readiness. The element of surprise was built into the covenant to ensure the wedding party was always prepared for the groom's return. Then the crash happens. In the dead of night, a raw, chaotic shout cuts through the silence, announcing that the groom has finally arrived. The attendants jolt awake. They must immediately trim and beautify their torches to prove they are a part of the official wedding procession. The wise attendants pour from their extra flasks and their torches roar back to life. But the foolish attendants find their flames sputtering and dying. They have no extra reserves. This reveals the central resource of the blueprint. In the biblical context, oil represents the sustaining presence of God's Spirit. The midnight shout didn't change the condition of the attendants. It acted as a sudden stress test that exposed a catastrophic point of failure. In a moment of panic, the foolish attendants beg the wise to share their oil. They are met with a firm refusal. This refusal points to a spiritual reality. You can share your time, your money, and your encouragement with others, but you cannot share your inner life with God. It's a concept that goes back to the Old Testament priests. They practiced a daily discipline of maintenance, returning every evening to pour fresh oil into the sanctuary lamps to ensure the light never went dark. Spiritual endurance is an untransferable asset. It is accumulated slowly through daily, unseen habits, and it cannot be borrowed in a moment of crisis. The foolish attendants leave to buy oil, but by the time they return, the heavy wooden door is definitively shut. The bridegroom's response from inside is chilling. He doesn't recognize them. Without their fire, they have no place in his procession. The midnight shout simply pulls back the curtain on the hours spent in the sun. The oil was either present in the vessel or it was absent, long before the first voice cried out. Examine the vessel of your own heart during the ordinary hours when no one is watching. Are you fueled by the Spirit today,